Happy time zone, everybody, and welcome back to CSR for some more Crosskeys action. This is game 3 of Zelda vs. Specks. I got the mouse, I got the Rick, they're going to talk. Rocky and myself, we're going to track. I am Tomaltech, your restreamer. Enjoy the show.
The only real question at that point in time turns out to be, where are the otters? Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a game number 3 between these two after they split the first 2 games. Zelda took game number 1. Game number 2 going by way of Specky. We're going to go ahead and have some time to talk about the first 2 matches, but I'm here joined by Clear Mouse. So as we start to get ready for this race, what kind of things would you like to see between these 2 highly skilled combatants?
Well, good evening, Rick. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to seeing hopefully it's going to be exciting finale for this series, Zelda vs. Specks. What would I like to see? I would like to see some Eastern Palace action, Rick. What about you?
Yeah, well, we didn't really get much of a gamble with Eastern Palace in game number 2 because both the Eastern Big Key as well as the bow turned out to be relatively early enough in the logic of the seed. So for you hoping on the Eastern die by Zelda without the tools, not going to be the case. Also bad news for you, though. Desert Palace turned out to be the green pendant, so you did have no right bow usage either.
Oh my gosh, Rick, the race hasn't even started, and you're already delivering me like blow after blow of bad news. I don't know how I can survive.
You're saving it for game number 3. The gloves are coming off this time around. Right. These 2 runners are going to pull no punches. We're going to have properly used bows. We're going to have Eastern gambles. We're going to have a lot of fun. Let's ask the question, where do you think the sanctuary is going to be? Give me your guess.
Pyramid. That's my guess. That is also my hope. I actually really prefer a sanctuary start. Maybe it makes it a little bit more awkward in terms of the back of escape. But it is immediate Dark Rose, so...
All right, we start off, get the first chest that turns out to be a small key to gate GT. Is that going to be important? We'll find out soon enough. All right, the answer to that one, nope, we get ourselves a wood start here.
Yeah, all right. I mean, still pretty convenient. It is sometimes one of those points where you inevitably end yourself, in Kakariko, and then you're like, do I go south or do I go north? Sanctuary just kind of solves that issue for you. You know, a lot of, as we're seeing both from Specks and Zelda, trying to farm a little bit of extra resources. We'll just have some free resources right here in Graveyard Ledge Cave.
Yeah, finding out that you have access to bombs this easy makes this absolutely trivial. There is no gamble that needs to go on. You can get your bombs. You can farm them here. Last thing you want to do is find a place where you need to use said bombs early on. Like, for instance, we had back in game number 2, Medium Oldorm Cave was at Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, it's always a terrible feeling when, for example, you stumble across either like a 5-item cave, as you mentioned, with a nice vanilla lumberjack that we don't have to do. That you cannot do because of weaponry. Or, let's say you get a Gina. You find the well. You find Blind's Hut. Those also require a bomb. And you just feel you really want something. Another GT small key and a sword. Rick, I was a little hoping for a bit more challenge from these guys.
Well, considering the pathway that these 2 runners needed to do in order to get that sword back in game number 2, I don't think they will complain with a sword at a minute 45 in as opposed to an hour 15 in like we had back in game number 2.
I thought they were racing for our entertainment, no?
Well, I mean, we had enough entertainment with the rudeness that was that game number 2 because that sword that was found on Death Mountain turned out to be how you're supposed to get to the mirror. That was supposed to be your pathway to the Canis and Maria, and then eventually do a low Vitreous in order to, here we go. Vitreous has your Moon Pearl.
Really gearing up for an even better game 3. Maybe I should.
Bomb shop.
Okay.
Thieves and Ice.
Thieves and Ice, yeah. All right. Wonderful trackers today, of course. Rocky and Tumbletalk, also Tom her restreamer. Everything is very, very prompt and up to date. So really do appreciate all of the hard work, literally behind the scenes.
All right, so Zelga's going to drop down to get a piece of heart, which is unfortunate. Not necessarily you lose much time in this here because of how long it took for Specks to scout the item, but Specks now knows they don't need to do anything further once they get this information off the bomb vendor. They can just save and quit. All right, Zelga going to check the back three of Escape, which we already saw from Specks. Nothing much back there. Got a bug catching net. We also got ourselves our first bottle. I guess nothing is more of they will wait and see.
Yeah, we haven't found Sick Kid yet to be able to kind of turn that bottle in. For what it's worth, we do. It's a bee friend. Can actually be used as a weapon, offensive friend of sorts in a pinch.
Spectacle rock located over here. We'll go ahead and check this right away, and it turns out to be a map.
Spectacle rock, yeah. That Specks is exploring.
Skullwood's map, so we'll just drop down. We'll see if Zelga chooses to do the same. I know Zelga likes to bomb sometimes to find out where the upper part goes.
Yeah, and it is pretty early. I can certainly see him kind of go either way. Maybe whether he wants to stay in logic or continue his path. Okay, but we do find Turtle Rock Laser Bridge, or just a bridge. Excuse me, not Laser Bridge.
Oh, Zelga's not even going to do it.
Okay, we have found a dark room of sorts.
Yeah,
I don't know which one that is.
Yeah, I was not listening to the audio, so I don't know which one it was, but Spec said absolutely not on a half a heart. So I'm going to guess it was DM Descension, because when you only have a half a heart and you have to go through those bats, not a great proposition.
Yeah. Very, very understandable. Yeah, anytime when you have to commit on something with such low health, death warping in the overworld, highly not recommended.
All right, synchronicity going on over here as we check the house and we find Desert Right. Zelga going to go ahead and scout it. Now, this was something we saw in game number 2 between these two, where Zelga chooses to scout what we have in that chest as well as on the torch. Gave him a little earlier knowledge about the fire rod that was on the torch in game 2.
Okay, yeah, fire rod is a very powerful item.
Well, especially once you got the boots.
Yes, excellent point. I hope that's nice. You just find the other side of that connector.
And we have a book on the torch this time around.
Okay. Zelda will be quite chagrined to see this connector. And about one more entrance. Okay, we also find Uncle at the well, it looks like.
Uncle's got the big key to Swamp Palace. Not much there.
Yeah, it does also looks like money is no object in this game. Not quite enough to put Zora in logic, as in we don't have a glove, we don't have flippers, but certainly very primed to be able to pay off that debt when we eventually get there.
All right, get ready for Zelga to say this game's got jokes in 3, 2, 1. Haha.
Hilarious.
Mimic Cave has been found. Of course, we don't have a hammer for that just yet, so we can't do anything about it. Ice Palace Small on the bottle vendors, so convenience key.
Yeah, always really great to see, to be able to have that key again before you get there.
There's the shovel. Let's see what we have at the magic bat drop down. It turns out to be vanilla.
Yeah, that shovel also from Secret Passage, actually pretty convenient. Like we've already done the north part of Light World, right? Lostwood start with Sank. Very, very easy to be able to route in the dig spot because we're going to naturally go south from here.
All right, we're going to have...
Yeah.
Oh, laser bridge located. Obviously, we are going to do this out of logic right now since we don't have an invincibility item or the mirror shield, but these runners know how to do this. This is... trivial work for these two.
Yeah.
So far, also, nothing and nothing.
Yeah. Slightly interesting way. Nice nice turtle story. Yeah, I was gonna say, Zelda finds GT. Slightly different ordering of the Kakariko entrances. Always a little, again, amusing to see what people like to do.
Zelda chose to do the right guard caller first in the first sweep through the village before doing the desert right, which allowed a little bit of a different movement through this village. They're going to meet up here in this GT.
Yeah, really not anything to do here. We can do Hope Room. We can't really go much further. No hammer, no hook shot, no cane, no fire source. I wonder if Specks is a torch scouter. Zelda certainly was. Specks is going to save himself some time by not looking at what's on the GT torch. He will never know about that shield until significantly later.
Yep, Zelda needs to wrap things up now. Has Laser Bridge. We'll find out about the potion shop in just a moment as well.
Ooh, Zelda actually gonna go back in. Seeing his opportunity in order to go pick up a blue potion. This is actually, I think this is a nice heads-up play. In order to, like, in case you find Pod, for example, if you can do a potion camera unlock, could actually be pretty clutch when it comes in. Also, just random safety stuff, just in case. Being on 3 hearts, maybe you have to do some Death Mountain shenanigans, and then you need a refill at a pinch.
We're getting a whole bunch of fortune tellers in this Kakariko village.
And yet, nobody wants to stop by and get their fortune told.
Yeah, they've heard about that black cat, all is done. Whatever that saying is, that the bottle, or not the bottle vendor, the fortune teller tells you. Alright, so nothing here in the south end of the village. Let's see what we have on the race game as our final scout before we go do the flute spot.
Did you
One of our
catch
2
what
single
that was?
rupees. Nothing.
Okay.
It's nothing.
It was too fast. These guys can recognize everything based on the sub-pixel. They don't even need the full pixel. Just even, partial, and they already know what it is.
Yeah, there's certain tells that you can figure out. As Becky finds a fire rod buried underneath, rather.
Yeah, that is a very welcoming sight. Maybe doesn't really bode well for that using the correct bow for Lambo. However, this early would actually be quite complimentary to their offensive power.
Yeah, it gives them something to do coming up here. So we're going to head over here to the right side of the world.
Can't do fortune tellers. Can't get a good joke for stand-up night. These guys look like they're kind of in a hurry.
Bombs on the island, so we're not going to be doing that. Bonk Rock's located here with just 20 inside. Zelda about to pick up this fire rod right over here. As we head over towards the eastern area for Specky.
Yeah, a little bit of a minor divergence again. Zelda not gonna continue onwards to the right side of. Okay, we're just gonna save and quit instead. I'm gonna assume that the save and quit is faster because Spec just kind of walked over. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
that's a convenient connector actually. Over to the Ice Rock Cave area.
And now we found Hookshot Cave, so we're going to go ahead and follow this connector as well.
Yeah, no glove, which means that it's essentially or effectively the end of one quote-unquote arc until we go find another one.
And
Ooh.
Welcome to the Dark World.
Okay, interesting. So Specs chose to not bunny walk to like the bomb shop, for example, which isn't logic.
I think it's kind of still too early to play the bunny walking game. in
But they had so
Specky's
much-
mind. Now we
but
get a
they had
little
so
bit
much
more of a
traffic.
divergence here, Mouse, as we are going to see more of the eastern area by way of
Ooh.
Zelda. Zelda's not checking the connector here, so if there's
Yeah.
something over here in this eastern area, Spirit 1, that Specky didn't get, that could give Zelda an early advantage.
Speaking of past games, the Eastern Palace area in Game 1, this is where Specks found the mirror. And Zelda, even though it's not Eastern Palace proper, seemed to just avoid this area like the plague. And therefore was a little bit late to it. So I can certainly understand him coming here a little bit earlier.
We found the Pyramid Ferry located at the Mini Moldorm Cave. Nothing turns out to be there. Ferry Ascension was found, and there's our breadsmiths.
Okay. Not the greatest location. Hopefully we'll find a flute or something when we eventually turn in the blacksmith.
Damn it, damn!
Nice. And a glove. Throwing off those gloves already, Rick.
And finally, Flute 5 turns out to be the desert rupee grinding cave. All right, let's see what we have underneath the water at the dam. Just 20 rupees.
Specks is gonna pick it up. Okay. Maybe a
Yeah,
bit more
we're-
conscious. Yeah, about that Zora money.
Yeah, we're now 48 rupees short of Zora money, so you're definitely thinking about it. But now with the glove in hand, we're going to go ahead and check all these entrances, and Zelga's going to go and see where Fairy Ascension goes. Fairy Ascension will take us over to
No.
the bomb shop.
Hilarious.
All right, well,
Hilarious. Well, there's one more location that Specks will just unintendedly stumble upon.
And
Meanwhile,
this-
those... Yeah? Go ahead.
So
Rick.
Thieves Town located at the Fairy Cave just outside of Desert, and Zelda choosing to do the same thing that we saw in game number 2, only going over to the Lake Hylia bomb shop or the variety shop over there, as opposed to heading down to the Swamp Palace. We'll get to see if that turns out to be a difference. It was a difference in game number 2.
Yeah. And sometimes it does kind of happen. Maybe there's a butterfly effect, or... yeah, maybe you lost a coin flick, but you gotta live with the decisions that you make.
Yep, Zelga's going to head down here, get the glove out of the dam. Probably have another chuckle at the fact that the dam was vanilla.
Yeah. So this might be a little interesting. So Specs got spit out at the Ice Rod Cave location through a connector, but he wasn't able to do the Ice Rod Cave, the 20 rupee cave entrance, because he had no glove. Zelda does have an opportunity to do that.
And final stop on the tour for Specs is going to be the Agena Cave. And the Agena Cave turns out to be our location for Misery Mire, which we cannot do at this stage.
Yeah, no hook shot, no boots. We will hopefully find both of them. Especially, I'm rooting for the hook shot to be found by the Specs, named after the Specky clip. Always really cool to see the original person who developed the trick show it off on Restream.
All right, we are down to 3 entrances, or 3 drop downs, by the way.
Do we pyramid? Or whatever behind GT. We have...
Yeah. Oh,
Eastern
hi,
Palace?
Eastern, at the potion shop.
Interesting. I wonder if... No. Zelda is going to stick to his principle. This is my prediction. He's going to stick to his principles. And we will see a Zelda DEP straight out of this place, especially it's so accessible to get to.
Our container in chest number 1. And I think really, of the entrances you still have remaining, the drop downs, only one of them is valuable to you right now. We have the well, we have the useless fairy, and then we have Ganon.
Right, yeah. And unless they're maybe thinking about ending their route at that place, may not necessarily be safe to be able to just drop down without seeing what the actual location is. Like, you know, if you drop down and see Ganon, you're just like, well, that's unfortunate. Then when I have to save and quit and leave again.
Yeah, and I bet the idea here for Specs will be to go check the drop down after finishing off with this Eastern. Now, if you are cheering on for Specs in this race, you're really hoping that there is something coming up here in this next chest or in the big key chest, because we know Specs is going to get over to it. But so far, a whole lot of nothing in this Eastern, so Zelda will get rewarded if he doesn't fall victim to the curiosity factor in this game number 3.
Well, you know what they say about cats' lives and curiosity and something. Zelda's not a cat, right? He just gives you a lot of cat facts.
Oh, welcome in here to a Super
Zelda?
Bunny cave.
Yeah.
Zelda's thinking about it, and I think Zelda wants to do it, but also knows that the value of finding out where Ganon is also great at this stage.
Yeah. You can again. These guys, as you mentioned before at the very beginning, are exceptional runners, right? So when they have some sort of indecision points, like they're really weighing seriously like the pros and cons to their decisions.
All right,
And
so we
it's
found
not
the
easy.
well at the sanctuary, so we're gonna go ahead and check there. So absolutely nothing in Eastern.
Yeah. All right. So that is some potential smugness from Zelda fans, if I say so.
And 305 rupees, a heart container, a bottle, and a skull small. So nothing really essential there.
Yeah.
And we're going to find out, is this the pyramid, or rather the useless fairy, or is this Ganon? It's Ganon.
Okay, which means useless fairy is behind the GT climb. Is that correct?
That is right.
Okay. So potentially, we do not have to climb. We might still climb for the 4 items, but no need to beat Agatu today.
And interesting is Specs going here. I think
Uh-huh.
Specs didn't want to get falling into here to find out that it was useless fairy.
Fairy?
Still
Okay,
with the idea of wanting to go to the Super Bunny cave afterwards.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. Because if you drop into useless fairy, it's not like a fast way to just get out. You still have to walk a good number of steps.
And there's your Zelda EP right there.
Zelda EP did not save and quit from the Eastern screen. He just walked straight out. So I feel like I should at least ask for half my money back. Maybe a quarter.
Well, either way, it's about as effective as a Zelda EP.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, I think we're going to see both of these runners heading for this Super Bunny cave.
Yeah, some bit of convergence, and yeah, as you said, we've explored all our drop downs. Trying to figure out how much bunny walking potential that we have in this seed. It's with every entrance that does not lead to the pearl, the prospects grow higher.
Well, we are pretty much down to 2 options after this, unless it is going through the desert middle.
True. We have not seen that one quite yet. Yeah. We just saw desert left and right. Okay, Zelda definitely first tried getting on top of Super Bunny. Specs is not even gonna try. He's just gonna drop down and do it the old-fashioned way.
Sword
Get a
upgrade.
Master Sword.
And a small key to the Palace of Darkness. So that's the first of the keys.
Pod keys are always welcome. Never turn down a pod key. Oh my
This
gosh.
gives us a little bit more to do because this will give us 5 new entrances. But because of bunny walking, these 5 entrances can be logical. Now, we find Agina. We can't do anything about Agina in our current state. And welcome to TR right.
Yeah, it looks like Zelda is going to remember that he has a fairy. Absolutely. I'm sure it was top of mind. Maybe Specks will... Does he have a fairy in a bottle? Oh, it doesn't matter. Specks is going to keep it. Again, another point of divergence. Looks like Zelda is maybe a little bit more willing to do some out-of-logic stuff.
You got to remember one thing here with Specks. Specks has still the eastern area of the check, which Zelda did already do. The big difference there is Specky going into eastern and getting nothing in there.
Excellent.
So now Specks is going to go and complete this route over here. Answering chat, Dine says, happy to know I'm not the only one that forgets about fairies. We all do.
The Fairy
We
Revival
all
Club
do. Even if the champion of this tournament lies to you and says that they never forget about having a fairy in a bottle, they do. It's a universal thing, like Brett says.
Yeah, the membership of the Fairy Revival Club has only grown. It has never lost membership.
I think
Only
we're at
gained
now.
more.
I think we're in the high 3 digits now.
Yeah. I didn't catch what was in TR Lava Chest, did you?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Okay, nothing. Okay.
I think maybe a piece of heart. It wasn't anything that was spectacular.
Okay, alright, that sounds good.
This is a check we are going to be interested in here.
Yeah, the chomps
because
are
if
really
we have
not
if we
playing.
have access to TR left, it's just 10 arrows. But if we had access to TR left, then that would be logical right now.
Yeah, Zelda looks like he's gonna find out immediately for us. Check what he can actually get to, and then we can. Right now, it's not logical, as in getting here. But if we can get to this entrance, all the stuff in, as you said, TR would be accessible.
And that is Dark Shopping Mall.
That is. Oh, more dungeons. Oh, this Moogle is working overtime here.
So the rabbit hole continues for Zelda as Specks is going to... Oh, we're going to check that lift rock in the Hylia area. The Ice Rod Cave area.
Oh,
remember that us mentioning about that
yeah.
cave just a few moments ago? Now we're going to go ahead and see what's there.
Yeah, this is in logic, especially. Yeah, Specs is probably just trying to piece together, hopefully get a little bit more direction as to what he's actually supposed to be doing, as opposed to Zelda just kind of going for Pendant Skull Woods in the back. Okay. Not in logic to kill Moth, by the way. Okay.
I'm a little scared about the fact that we already have a key. So if we want to go to Moth, we can. Now, as you pointed out, it's not in logic. More out of the sense that there will always be that pinball key. So, as such, Mothula will never have the Moon Pearl. Small in the Boomerang chest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Specs is just going for it. The only thing that might turn me away from this Mothula, well, not the only thing, but one of the things is that it is a pendant, so maybe we don't have to do this. Probably some other more practical matters is we're only here on Master Sword and 6 hearts.
But Mouse, there's the other thing that this could be your green pendant. So what if you find Sahasrahla? Now you can turn in the green pendant.
Is this green pendant? Did we see that somewhere?
No,
maybe
we
Zelda
don't know.
Okay, you're saying maybe. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, maybe it's a green pendant, so therefore if you find Sahasrahla somewhere, you can get yourself a free item.
Okay, true. Specs, by the way, is a spoiler runner, so this is not unfamiliar to him. Not quite sure if he's, looking forward to rushing Moth on this equipment, but it could be worse.
Let's give Zelda his due. He's also running spoiler tournaments.
Oh, yeah. He's in the winners finals, actually. So, again, he's
I mean, didn't he win one of the Speed Gaming Live tournaments a year or so ago?
Yeah.
And it is green pendant.
Rick, it is green pendant. You called it. It's as if you have this gift or something as a commentator.
I mean, you have a 1 in 3 chance. You might as well at that point take the shot in the sense that it will at least help you with your routing with Sahasrahla. So nothing in Hyrule Castle, except for maybe a logical key to Hyrule or Hera basement later on. But so we have something that is unless there's something at the desert middle, and that takes you like to the mountain. The only thing we have now is Zora.
Which looks like exactly where Specks is going.
Oh, by the way, Hyrule Castle Middle came out at GT, so
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah, more mountain bunny walking. This is super out of logic. All right, I don't know how many superlatives you want, like ultra, giga, mega, whatever. Right? This
actually is in logic.
No, is it?
Yeah, because we found a sword upgrade over there on the Zora ledge, but here, if we have a Light World exit, this could be logical, because we could get over here by a Super Bunny. Nope, never mind.
So it's just, this Moogle. Normally Moogles fly with their little wings. These legs on these Moogle is really putting the work. Oh my gosh,
and
dude,
mirror
it is
on
the
Zora!
Oh.
So because I know chat was talking about it in regards to that paradox being logical or not logical, you could get to the paradox because we had the Super Bunny onto the floating island, and you could walk all the way over. So as such, that was logical. All right, so we are going to go back to the Dark World. It looks like we're going to go back to the bomb shop.
The bomb shop? The bomb shop was
Yeah,
in Hyrule Castle.
So no, we're going to go here. The Fairy Ascension take us to the bomb shop entrance.
Bomb shop entrance. Gotcha. It's like we can't do anything with the bomb shop right now. He will not sell us any goods, but yes. So what can we really do with this mirror?
We can get to and we can also get to the race game left.
We can also do a lot of stuff on the mountain now, as well, through floating islands. And however you want to get up there, GT entrance or whatnot.
Yeah, I think Zelda. The way you would do it here is go back to Super Bunny, see what's on the floating island.
Yeah. Okay, alright, well, we have Bunny
Palace of Darkness.
To Pod. Okay,
alright.
We have 1 key to Pod. I'm not sure how Specks feels about mimic clipping here. Whether he has the ability to and or he feels the need to with no hammer and 1 key.
And Zelga's going to do the same thing by going to Mothula here with the key in hand, Fire Rod, and again, doesn't know that this is Green Pendant, but this will at least give both of the runners the Green Pendant should they find Sahasrahla coming up here in the travels.
Alright, Zelda making his way through, trying to maybe save a little bit of magic, potentially.
Big key to Ice Palace. And no, we are not mimic clipping. Winner of this pairing gets either Structural Mike or Telethar. They begin their best of 3. You said tomorrow, right?
That's right, yeah. Tomorrow and Thursday is game 1 and 2, 3 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m.
Oh,
Eastern.
there's Desert Middle.
Okay, cute. Just 1 million connectors over here.
Right, Zelga facing off, and there
Very
you go.
well done.
Well done for both runners.
Okay,
and now this will be not logical walking through here because we don't have the lamp. And Zelga is about to go into, well, finds out that was the
Lake Hylia Ferry, I believe. I think that's what the
went
law calls it.
into
Yeah.
the Elder there. Anyway, so we get ourselves a mini Moldorm cave, got ourselves a small key, some bombs, bombos, and flippers. Now we can get that sword if we really want it.
Yeah, I don't really quite see Specks or Zelda going after that thing immediately. These guys seem pretty okay right now with Master Sword. But yeah, this is East Death Mountain access, at least for Specks. I also find desert here in the back. Okay, we're gonna do currently out of logic for Zelda, but in logic now for Specks. Gonna grab this check real quick, and then I guess Zelda's gonna go swim over to Zora, and then we'll be about equal footing.
All right, looks like Specky is going to go to the Super Bunny Cave, so we'll get to see what's on the floating island as well as on the top of Death Mountain. And this makes sense because I have a feeling that's exactly what this seed wants us to do. And here goes Zelda to go after the mirror that is on Zora.
Yeah. I don't know how great Zelda would feel about this mirror. I think he is aware that this is one of his last logical locations. I don't really think he's wasted too much time, for what it's worth, like doing his bunny walking dungeon, death warping, bunny reviving shenanigans. But he knows he's a little late to it.
Well, you might be feeling late to it, but the other side of the token is you didn't spend a whole lot of time traversing spots on the map that you will be doubling back to now that you have the mirror, like the arrow game in the Dark World.
Yeah, no.
Just 10 arrows on the floating island, so that is absolutely nothing to us. Now you got to make the decision, left or right. Take the 2 drop downs over here, or take all the entrances on the left side. I'm going to say you go to left side. We get to Blind's Hut first, though.
This is about as chance-filled in Crosskeys as you're going to get. I know that there's going to be some gamble games out there that, of course, you can always stake some money on. But drop-down roulette is always a little mini-game that people may or may not like to play.
Yeah, I think Zelga's immediately heading over here to Super Bunny. So these two will be meeting up in just a few. The only difference here is that Specks already knows the location of the Palace of Darkness, thanks to it being at K45.
Are there dungeons that we haven't found then yet?
We haven't found Tower of Hera, we haven't found Swamp Palace or Ice Palace.
Okay, so we are still missing a good amount of dungeons to find. Oh, hey,
and there's
speaking of Hera.
Vanilla.
That is 2, count them 2 so far, vanilla entrances. I would like a little more shake and bake in my shake and bake.
Well, here's something shaking and baking. The fact that Zelda has the small key to the dungeon as opposed to Specky who doesn't. So if Zelda wants to take the investment of the tile room, that could be a big advantage.
Yeah, that small key to Hera is very, far from... there are several spheres we have to cross before we can logically get that. Would you sit through Hera basement for it? What do you think?
I'm just thinking about the time investment to getting over to that area.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We can see if there are. I guess we already know where an old man, both the old man house is. So, getting up here maybe is not, as you said, easy or fast.
It's taking you having. It requires you having to go through Super Bunny, which can be a very timely cave to go through multiple times. Oh, tell Mario. And yeah, that dark cave was Death Mountain Descension that we had found, not the Old Man Rescue. Which is really fun, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, there's Hashwala. Nothing there. Okay, cool. And we do get a big key to Desert Palace, so... We did find Desert Back on the right side of the mountain. Zelda hasn't seen it yet, but Specky has.
All right, looks like we are going to get a little bit of a breather on Zelga's side.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is more to do with the fact that you have a very annoying connector chain to get you to this point. So it feels like the time spent to get here makes this a proper investment. So if this turns out to be something, this can be a very big early game advantage for Zelda. That Specky might take a while to get back to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Hyrule Castle. Wasn't it Specks also who maybe doesn't really like to do Hyrule Castle? I'm hoping I'm not conflating him with somebody else, but I thought this was a thing from game 1.
And as we pointed out, this is way out of logic. We don't have the Hyrule Castle Small. We don't have the Moon Pearl based on our first 2 entrances to here. But it is a small key to Castle Tower.
Question mark?
Question marks indeed.
The suspense continues.
And Specky, because we found the Speck Rock Upper, is going to take this to find out what the 2 entrances are in the Light World on TR Bridge. We have Lumberjack at the tree, and Lumberjack has nothing important. Just, I think, a red rupee.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Oh, that's 3 vanilla entrances. Maybe 4 if you count the drop down and the entrance.
Bat cave.
Oh yeah, I'm back. That's right. That's right. Well, then I don't like getting clumps in my shake and bake. Okay, I would like even smooth. Speaking of
there's Aga Tower right there. All right. So let's see what we have over here inside of Aga Tower. 2 items. That unfortunately Specs only has access to one of those 2, and it's just 20 rupees.
Huge. We get to find out immediately.
Desert Big. Specs has Desert Big, so we're gonna go and finish that right now.
I'm upset, Rick. You remember when I told you that you just dropped all this bad news on me at the very beginning of the race?
We don't have a bow for this, so we can't use the proper bow according to you and your buddy Jem, but we do have a fire rod, and I think that is a much better way of finishing off this dungeon.
Faster.
And if you disagree with me on that,
faster.
And if you disagree with me with that mouse, you can put the wrong bow or the right bow emo in chat right now. I'm waiting.
All right.
There we go. Thank you.
Yes. Though I will say that there will probably be a little bit of parity here because Zelda, when he gets here, regardless of what the weapon he has, the fire rod is more than enough for him to be able to use it. Or he'll just skip the first bow and you use the second bow.
Exactly.
Alright, okay, let's see this actual 1 cycle, 0 cycle fight from Specs. It's fine, everything. See, this is why you bring a bow as a backup, okay? Okay, just say it. We have 30 arrows to use.
Mouse, this is fine. This is only going to be a 3 cycle. The question is this a pendant or is this a crystal?
Pendant? Nice magic.
It's half magic. Nice
it's
refill.
A pendant.
It's a pendant. Our first 2 dungeons done are pendant dungeons.
I could have told you it was pendant. We should have just pre-marked desert as a pendant.
Why didn't you?
I'm not the tracker. Okay, look, I'm gonna just throw Rocky and Tomotalk under the bus here. Okay, it is their fault.
They didn't have the insight to know that this was a pendant.
I mean, obviously, no.
For
I can't
shame.
say anymore before I get kicked off this channel.
For shame.
That's right.
You're gonna be cast aside, and they'll put the otters in your place.
I know. I mean, the otters are much cuter. Okay. Like,
Yeah, well,
and they're
I mean,
more.
You cannot argue with that logic.
I know. Okay, well, Zelda is gonna start at somewhere up here in the castle.
Yeah, we have the
this is
mirror. We have the
inaccessible
we have the
for
master
a while.
sword. We can go ahead and get these 3 entrances. Hey, Hype Cave, Moon Pearl.
Do you think Zelda feels bad? Out of curiosity?
No.
No. Oh well. Okay. Do you think Zelda feels worse than normal?
Maybe you feel icky about it, but little does Zelda know that he was there faster than Specky did.
Yeah, but I can definitely hear Zelda just saying to himself in his voice, "Oh God, I am so far behind." Every time this happens.
But he's not. He doesn't know it, but he's not. All right, Moon Pearl found. That's a disgusting location.
It is a terrible location.
And yeah, that means you had to go through Paradox Cave connector to get to that point, which Specks does not know at this point in time, so Zelda has that advantage. All the bits and pieces are starting to come together on this seed.
As we see
And
Specks taking Super Bunny yet again.
Meyer Shed found for Zelda.
What do you
Small
think is
key to
better?
Meyer.
Oh, okay, small key to Meyer. Okay, always very helpful. Again, one of those convenience keys, as we've said. Rick, in your completely unbiased opinion, which connector do you think is worse, Super Bunny or Spiral Cave?
What is this with people in commentary booth alongside me deciding that they need to find out the true answers on this whole story about me and the worst caves as well.
I feel like the public.
And I got this back in game number 2 from Tracy M, and now I'm getting it from you today in game number 3.
Honestly,
am I going to need to bring protection with me when I go to Speed Gaming Live in 2 weeks?
Of course not, Rick. Of course not. Your security detail will already be ready for you without you having to prepare.
Why do I have the feeling somebody's giving me a 3D printout of Spiral Cave?
All right, where are we going? Okay, Specs is gonna check an in-logic check from the flippers.
Yeah, which we already saw from Zelda, which came from earlier. We know this is nothing. It's too late. I already gave him my ideas.
Yeah.
It's already too late. I gave him my ideas. All right, 110 rupees. Here we go. What is inside the Palace of Darkness entrance?
Yeah. Something that right now is an exclusive check to Zelda.
All right, and that is Old Man Rescue there, so we're not going to do that. That ends that story, and I will have Tech Crew cut you off immediately if you ever go with that joke. OWC.
Oh my gosh!
I will have Tech Crew cutting you off.
That is amazing. Can you put on my commentary? No real reason. I mean, just in general. Can you put on my commentary?
That's up to a giraffe.
Okay. All right.
We're totally not taking over Zelda speedruns with advertisements about Speed Gaming Live, all right?
I mean, Specs is going to attend, for sure. And we will both be there, as you mentioned.
I wish Zelda would still be there, but we're not going to get that. So we're going to get the sword now for Specky.
Okay.
And we're going to get some more entrances here for Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought, so Specs was definitely early to the mirror first. Not like Zelda was too much further behind the mirror, but it does give Specs maybe a little bit more options. But that pearl though that Zelda has is
that is huge,
is really
especially the path.
Giving him a good path.
Mm-hmm. The pathway to get to this Moon Pearl is huge for Zelda, or not the Moon Pearl. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, what do we got on
feel-
Stumpy?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this is definitely Pearl locked as well. And based on what this is, Zelga's probably also going to stumble upon Pod.
Desert Path is small.
Okay.
So you never were supposed to beat Desert Palace without the Moon Pearl.
Got the Pearl. But now we can do Desert right. That's 2 checks, fully in logic. Now, Zelga has a potion, so he is able to quickly do the right side of Pod. He is not here with any better equipment, though, than Specks was, so I'm not really sure if he is wanting to do right side Pod.
Well, if you're Zelda, you only have 2 entrances, or 3 entrances left after this. Well, 2 entrances plus the dig game.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe we'll just kind of find a bow somewhere, right? I mean, let's say dig game.
I was thinking maybe the dig game could have your second pod small, so that way you can get to the back.
True.
All right, so Specks getting close on figuring out the pathway to get here. So the unfortunate thing about getting locked out of Pyramid Ferry with no way back in is that you have to make another trip back up to this mountain if you are going to try to claim the 7 items inside this cave.
Yeah, we haven't seen the
Specks
inside
is
of
about to get
Paradox,
locked
right?
out too. Nope.
Okay, but he's gonna get his pearl. At least that's something.
Yeah, this is huge for Specks.
Zelda
Alright,
has
good.
successfully used his potion.
What is behind this?
3 bombs.
Some bombs, and finally a heart container. So nothing important. This would have been the perfect time to get another key so we could go to the back, but unfortunately the game says no to Zelda. So I wouldn't be surprised if we find a pod small at the digging game at this point. Because why not?
Yeah, exactly. The game loves to give you the item that you really wanted literally 2 minutes after you were there.
Although we now have that desert small, so Zelda will also be able to check the 2 checks over here on the right side in a moment.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Yeah, this is going to be something new that only Zelda can do. Specks did check the torch and the big chest, which was nothing. But yeah, we're going to get some new information. Oh, and an unfortunate mirror bonk. These pixels are kind of angry tonight.
Yeah, that's why, unfortunately, going the right side when you do that against the right ledge, it can be problematic. If you do it on the left side, you're right against the edge, so you don't have to worry about the mirror bonk. But right side, you do.
Learning. Okay.
TR small.
Yeah. Nothing super useful so far, but I guess nice to have. Alright, will Specks continue on to Catfish? The answer is no.
We are going to go and check, because Specks hasn't been over here yet, the Dark Shopping Mall. Which will be both the Hyrule Castle as well as the TR left side entrance.
Right. And Zelda was here pre-Pearl, right? So we don't actually know what's in the rock. Yeah. Specks
Although Specks needs to be very careful because those Dark World Octoroks do 2 hearts damage.
That's right, yeah. You saw him being very cautious and trying to swing that tempered sword.
If sees Hyrule Castle, we'll see the TR, and this will just give Specks pretty much the reason at this point to go through here.
Yeah, he's gonna give all the time back that Zelda kind of spent earlier, minus the whole, like, bunny reviving part that Zelda had to invest in.
By the way, one thing of note, Mouse.
What's that, Rick?
Do you see under Zelga's tracker.
Uh-huh.
We already know where Meyer is. We already have all 3 keys.
Ooh.
So right now, I don't know the logic behind these keys, but my antennas are twitching on the sense that left side Meyer might have something important once we get
it's
either
very...
the hookshot
Mhm.
or the boots to get ourselves access to the dungeon.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree on your suspicion and your left side buyer senses.
All right, Zelga
Yes,
is
I
going to go
guess
finish off Desert, which will be, as of now, unfortunate. But again, we don't know the full story. There's the fairy dumpage, and then we're going to go ahead and take the death warp so we can go back to the start.
Specs is too OP. Alright, he actually like remembers what's in his bottles and stuff. Like I don't know. How do you play against something like this?
You cry. All right,
Okay,
what's inside this
that's fine.
entrance? Well, it turns out to be checkerboard. We
Okay.
get a map, which is information, but it's probably information we already know. Nope, it's Ice Palace. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little interesting decision because we already have 2 pendants, as you mentioned, so maybe we'll just kind of stumble upon. But I mean, you're already here, right? You may as well just go get it. All right, Specs is committing to the Hyrule Castle dive.
Yeah, we're slowly running out of quality caves. And
Speaking
I'm
of
sorry, Mouse.
not
Look
quality
away.
fights, yeah.
Look away.
Begrudging.
This is
good
fine.
fights.
Both runners now with half magic. Both runners with 2 pendants.
Any predictions what the 3rd pendant's gonna be, and if we will get it before our first crystal?
So we already know. Oh, actually, no. We already knew what Ice Palace was before we even picked up that map because it was our 5-6. Never mind.
That's right.
So I'm going to guess that our other pendant is Skullwoods.
We already knew that Skullwoods was the green pendant.
Yes, but have you heard of second Skullwoods?
Ah, true. I do enjoy a second
Swamp
Skullwoods at 11
Palace,
a.m.
all right? Swamp
Okay,
Palace.
alright, swamp. Okay. We visited
The
Terra
other
Basement.
S dungeon.
We should also visit Left Side Swamp, okay, and Pedestal, and all the great locations that. Did you say the goal was all dungeons for this race, Rick?
Yes, we secretly handed them a seed.
Okay,
that
alright,
was all
okay.
dungeons. And then after they get all dungeons done, we're going to surprise them with a Triforce piece hunt.
Oh, hilarious.
They don't know it yet.
I can't wait for the surprises that are installed, waiting for us at SGL, Rick, by the way, since I believe you have a hand in maybe on how the things are going.
Yes, I will try to provide some sort of surprise, but I actually am very curious about a chat coming up here on Zelga's side.
Oh, yeah, here we are. This is something, if this turns out to be something, humongo tipping over here for Zelda.
Yeah, because this one you're less prone to get back to because this is a single location.
Mm-hmm.
And Specks getting locked out of this from being able to go any further in 3, 2, and 1. 10 arrows.
10 arrows.
Nothing special.
Didn't even have a bow to use it on.
So Specks is going to use this as an excuse to go into Paradox Cave with the Moon Pearl. So we get the 7 items coming up here.
Yeah. Unchecked by both runners until this very moment. Boots, ice rod, bow, hookshot, small key, boots.
GG. Boots are found right there, so that does give us more to do. That also gets us the book.
True. Oh, that's right. Yeah. We can check desert main entrance, of course, along with the tablets, since we have swords now.
Small.
Okay.
Magic powder. and the pod small to give us more to do. So those boots are not going to be a big time difference because look where Zelga's going right now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
So
assume
we're
the key
talking
will
maybe
figure this
about a
out.
minute and a half. Oh, nice. That's a funny game. Actually, Specs, I was actually thinking that may have been a good time for you to go too, but
Oh yeah, yeah. But I
Specs
guess he wants to
also
go.
still wants to go check the pod area because Specs hasn't done that. Zelda has. Or okay, yeah, we are going to the pod area. Here's the boots for Zelda.
Hey, sub-hour boots. You can complain, but also, like, I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like it's above expectation.
Our tracker for this race, one of our two trackers, Tomotech, who's also our restreamer for this race.
Ooh,
Let's get a
very
shout out to our
interesting.
crew here. Also, Rocky doing the other part of the tracking. Notes that we have all 4 GT smalls in our arsenal, so that'll get interesting when we finally do get the tools to go into GT. Now, that 4 keys doesn't do anything with our current loadout.
Alright, Zelga, taking advantage of Desert East. You did mention that we only needed the hook shot or the boost in order to do Mire, with our very suspicious 3 small keys. Talking about
By the
logic.
way, you see that C? This is a crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have the Mire big key, nor Samaria, but we can do quite some damage in order for the rest of the checks in here.
And as I mentioned a moment ago, I think there's something on this left side because we already have all 3 keys to this.
Yeah, this is the only green dungeon that Zelga is willing to dip without having it being fully clearable.
And we so far get a piece of heart behind 3 Myers Smalls.
Okay.
All right, Mouse, we've got ourselves about a half an hour. Not half an hour. We got about 30 seconds.
Oh,
What's on
like
the
half an
cutscene
hour.
chat?
How about a vanilla big key?
A vanilla big key. A possibility.
Alright, Specks has just determined explore the rest of the pod area. Where does he want to go with this pearl? South, maybe? Have we seen? We haven't seen like Swamp Palace entrance, right?
We have.
Oh,
So
we
there's
have. Okay.
nothing on this left side. Now that's incredible given the fact that this game gave us 3 smalls so early.
Yeah.
I think Specky wants to get back to the Hyrule Castle, see where the left exit goes.
Oh, okay.
Because that
Right,
is
I don't think
also
we've actually
something we
seen that,
haven't
right?
seen.
Mhm.
We have not
Right,
seen the
right.
left exit. As we welcome you to the 1 hour mark, game number 3 between Zelga and Specky. Winner takes on either the Structural Mike and Telethar winner. Kata Samaria is in
Oh my
Mire.
gosh! That is very big for Zelga. And the flute!
Oh!
Oh, whoa!
And we
Okay,
get a
was
small
that smooth?
key to
Yeah,
Thieves Town,
smooth.
located in the bunk chest of Hookshot Cave.
Oh, these are some very big finds for Zelga.
Yes, indeed. That does give us right side GT, by the way, with those 4 keys. Compass room is fully in logic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have Fire Rod very, very early from the shovel on the dig spots.
And I think that's where
yeah.
Zelga's going to go to right after we activate the flute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we are now out here on the desert ledge. Thanks to Hyrule Castle left. Nothing great there.
Yeah, very convenient.
This will get Specs into Mire, hopefully.
Right, yeah. He's like right here.
Take the health refill. Yeah, please. Don't take a die here.
Yeah, this is even more indication, in my opinion, that he's going to go into Mire because it is a little dangerous.
And there we go. We're heading right to Mire. And here goes GT for Zelga. Adirondack Rick Clear Mouse here for game number 3. Tech doing the restreaming and tracking duty. Also Rocky as well. Big thank you to the crew. Be sure to give them a follow. Be sure to give our runners a follow as well. I don't know if I can say anything bad about these 2 runners. They're good people.
That's because there's nothing bad to say about them. Like, there's literally nothing bad about them.
Yes.
Maybe with the exception of, like, not using the correct bow. But, I mean, other than that, like, pristine records on both of these guys.
All right, second tile room for Zelda.
Maybe this one will pay off. Oh, it sure did! Oh, Zelga's thinking. Oh my gosh, dude, that's the hammer. That unlocks left side as well. Provided we get a little bit of sequence breaking.
That was exactly what Zelda was thinking about, and I think Zelda is going to go ahead and do that. By the way, that does open up the possibility of the map chest having the hook shot.
Yeah.
Because we have all 4 keys.
Right. Are you worried, by the way, at all about the GT Big Chest and being somewhat isolated now if we do the entirety of the basement? Or does that just no longer exist anymore?
Small pod. 20 rupees, a piece of heart, and also 20 rupees. There's the mirror. All right, so here we go, left side. I mean, you take that risk when you wind up going in here and doing this in the order that we...
That shield grew up, by the way,
this,
in the course of an hour.
You have to pretty much just write it off at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We'll see. Where this elusive hook shot is. Zelda having a little bit of issues with bomb jumps.
Yeah, I think Zelda wasn't far enough south on that first setup.
I see.
I think just maybe a pixel or 2 to the north. The big key to Hera.
Okay. All right. That is hook shot locked for what it's worth. And if that ever ends up mattering, okay, that was, by the way, flute and Samaria Force
lamp.
Oh, I don't know what to say about that. Where is this hook shot?
Well, we know it's not going to be in a dark room. Or anything that requires you to go through a dark room. Nope, not hookshot that time around. Now, hookshot could still be on the Ice Armos.
That's true. Yeah, we could just go full right, continue onwards after Compass Chest room.
All right. And here goes Specks. We're going to activate the flute and go into GT over here as well with our new tools. So Zelda has a little bit of an advantage in this part of the run. It feels like Zelda's on the way this seed wants you to go. And that's down a pit.
Yeah, what? No. Okay, the game wants us to fall. I do not appreciate this game. Yeah, but you do bring up another pod key. Okay, we can maybe go back now, soonish. But I was gonna say though, like Zelda, yes, a little bit further in GT than Specks is. Specks though has an earlier investment of that tempered sword on Zora Ledge, so I don't know if that'll end up making a difference in the end. But Master Sword Silverliz versus like tempered, anything is gonna be a little bit more of a time sink.
Depending on how these routes wind up going in the end, I think if Zelda comes down to, especially now that we have flute, I think you go get that tempered sword to save yourself a little bit of time versus the having to play the 48 or 52 spins to win.
Yeah. And the earlier that you had the sword, right? Like, for example, when Specs got it, he is now playing the rest of the game with tempered sword. So kind of the later you get it, right, the less valuable it is.
But right now we're not facing any bosses, so it's not like that sword difference is making it, or that sword level difference is making an impact on how this race is going.
Yeah, in
because
fact,
no matter
Zelda,
what, you're going to have to do with this that we see from Zelda.
Exactly. Both Master Sword and Tempered Sword will give you sword beams, as long as you keep your health.
So, a little bit of different methodology here, where Zelga's okay going on with these sequence breaks, whereas Specks just wants to play this out kind of by the rules, by the logic.
I'm all right. I'm a little worried about Spex's Ice Armos fight. For what it's worth, like he has no magic, he has no health.
And hookshot is there, yes!
Oh my gosh, amazing hookshot. Oh, Specs, I think, made the right decision as long as he can get through this Armos fight.
But he's got the powder. He's going to use the powder right here.
Alright, Zelda taking advantage of the potion shop right here in Kakariko. Gonna stock up a little bit with all that extra cash that we've just found.
And now with that hammer, we can get ourselves into this northwestern part of the Dark World.
True, true. We can also check Village of Outcast shop as hammerlocks.
Yes, we can. But essentially, that's what the core amount of our entrances are now, and this is in this northwest portion of the Dark World.
That hammer, by the way, at like an hour or something, was finally our regular Dark World access. The longest time, all we could do is take the Super Bunny connector.
Connectors. All right, here's the book for Zelda. Here's the hook shop for Specky. Specky's now going to go to the left side, get over there, get the lamp, get everything else that we had over here. I don't think there was anything else essential besides the Hera Big. And we are grabbing the mirror shield.
Amazing, amazing. Everyone gets their druthers.
My condolences to Lana Bean and Scottish Brave.
I'm sure they're Scottish for 100%. She's sleeping. Lana, I'm sorry.
Right here is the big key to the Tower of Hera. And Zelda's going to go check the Ether tablet right away and also finish off the Tower of Hera.
Yeah. We got the big key now, fully in logic. Just slightly delayed when we got it the first time on Zelga's side, but fully in logic and properly when we got on Specs' side.
All right, here we go into the Tower of Hera. The Tower of Hera. We don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal. At this point, it is a 1 in 5 chance of this being a pendant.
Yeah, and I think when Specs goes back and does Hera, he will probably kind of give that time back, and I guess he'll do Hera base. Like he may skip it. Certainly in Game 1's interview, he's talked about potentially kind of seeing his execution, and if he needs to kind of cut a corner or two, and Hera basement might be a corner he's willing to do. Or not do, in this case. Yeah, Gil, I would say the only real discernible difference right now is that we know that there's a Tempered Sword on Zora Ledge that Zelda still has not claimed, but other than that, like, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, and we're still at that point here where that differential in swords are not impacting where this race is going. And there goes Moldorm, and that gets us a small key to Turtle Rock, and it is a crystal.
Amazing. Crystals exist in this game.
Our first crystal of the game at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 56 seconds, giving Zelda the 1-0 lead. So we now have 4 keys to the Palace of Darkness, so everything in the back that is not behind 6 keys is open. So that means Rupee Basement's open to us. The Compass Chest is open to us. We're going to go ahead and check these 2 entrances. Just the Rat Den there.
Yeah, and the lamp.
Nothing there.
Okay, just nothing. Just more shops. Yeah, and we found the lamp earlier in Stopless Room at GT, so that is we even can do the basement. Not Dark Maze, but we can do Rupee Basement and Logic as well.
Yes. And so now, Here goes Specky to get the book as well. Here goes Zelda, going to go into the northwest corner. Again, the northwest corner is where we have the core amount of our entrances now. By the way, when it comes to bumper, we have, according to my notes, only 3 connectors remaining.
I think Specs forgot he already did the big chest of desert. Oh, we can just ignore
that
that
was
part.
that.
Please
That
continue.
was an oops. That was an oops. So we have 3 connectors still remaining, if my notes are correct.
We have not seen Bumper, Cave
Bumper,
Connector. Yeah.
Spiral, or the Quarreling Brothers.
We've not seen 2 connectors that exist in your mind. I understand.
Hyrule Castle small,
Nice.
so now the Hera small is in logic,
Mm-hmm.
for what it's worth. Oh, right, Specs has not done this and hasn't
it's
picked up
Bumper.
the Desert Small.
At Brewery. That's one side. Zelda is choosing to not follow it.
Yeah, it wants to check all these entrances, really, and I can
look,
get it. There's their Spiral Bottom. So we now know that Spiral is not going to be what takes you to Bumper. So it's either the Bumper Cave or the Quarreling Brothers that will take you there. Not necessarily. I need to take that back.
Is there another location that can get us there? Or another connector?
Yes. TR Front.
Oh, right. We haven't seen that yet. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see where this Bumper Cave connector leads to. Hey, look, it's
Vanilla
Bumper
with a big
Cave.
key. And this big key belongs to
Again?
Thieves Town.
Oh, okay. All right. Rick, any thoughts about doing Thieves Town without the small key? Is this another controversial question?
You hate yourself for doing it because if you do it and your luck's not on your side, it turns out to be the item that you need for go mode, and then you're sitting there going for an extra 30 minutes because you can't find your go mode, and there's a big key to this
gosh.
dungeon!
This dungeon! A big key to this dungeon. Of course, of course. Are we gonna put a bow to this dungeon as well here in the back?
How about Ether? How about
More
300
pod money?
rupees? Shot Cave in the Bonkable chest was where the Thieves Small turned out to be, and there's our TR Front.
All right. Doesn't look like there's anything locked behind 6 Luckies here. Mm-hmm.
Quarreling Brothers takes you out the laser bridge exit.
Okay. Is that useful?
No.
Okay.
So if these two are keeping track of their connectors, or at least Zelda in this case, would know that the Quarreling Brothers has to put you out at the laser bridge.
Yeah, so maybe we're gonna stop looking for entrances, maybe, question mark, and then Zelda, I'm gonna assume that with that hookshot, at some point he'll, the hookshot cave will kind of bubble up in priority before he starts maybe diving dungeons.
Blue Cane, 20 rupees. Nothing besides that pod big was in the back of the Palace of Darkness. No bow to be found.
We also don't know if Pod's a crystal or pendant, right? That's still
No.
a mystery to us? Okay.
Yep, we still need to figure out what is our third pendant. We still have Eastern, Pod, Swamp, and TR as our possibilities. King's Tomb located.
Just adjacent.
Speaking of the
we
map
have
for Swamp.
We have a map for Swamp now, potentially, to look at if we ever get a map check. Oh, Specs, though, giving us another check that we haven't seen yet. Bombos tablets. We cannot do Smith Chain yet. Okay, we have no bits.
Yeah, we don't have the mitts just yet. Bombo's tablet check coming up here, and there is a big
Ooh.
key. This big key belongs to GT. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of wish.
boy.
we
See how it's
didn't do
located
that.
for Zelda. Yeah, there's another map. This one to Hera, so no useful information there.
Have we found all our dungeons, Rick?
No. We still haven't found swamp. We haven't found ice.
Okay.
We know we need to find one of those two.
At least one of those two, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
we need to at least find one of those two. Oh,
Spike
good. Spike Cave. Always wonderful when you find this.
Imagine, by the way, this actually being a connector that you have to take this literally every time. Instead of, like, being at the end here, you drop down like Spiral Cave. You know how terrible that would be?
Yeah, and that's the reason why we're not playing. And that's the reason why we're not playing Zelda Woods.
That was a very convenient refill, by the way, for Specks. Like, doesn't even have to go pick up the hearts. Speaking of Skull Woods, Zelda is here.
And there's K45.
Right?
Nothing so far.
Okay, according to our trackers, we do not have the Skull Big Key, so we are not going to be able to check this.
Also, the other thing to know, okay, we're going back to Hookshot Cave for Specs, so let's go ahead and see what we have here first. As we head out, there's the small piece of heart. Big key, this one to Meyer.
Okay, alright.
And blue mail. So we do know we need to get back to Hookshot Cave to finish off Meyer.
Yeah, and going back to Hookshot Cave is a pretty, like, it's good. In general, but also, certainly, we've seen both the Thief Small in the first chest and the Meyer Big now, so Specs is definitely in a position where he can at least beat one more dungeon. We're going to get a pedestal check as well?
We are going to get a pedestal check. All right, here we go. It is a glove! Oh my goodness, it's a glove! And with two dungeons still outstanding, we may need that. We may need that mouse.
That may be would be a little high, Rick. I think the chances are climbing here.
I still have, I think, 3 entrances that we haven't seen from Zelda. 4 entrances. So we're not out of it yet. Actually, 5 entrances.
Okay, well, we may not be seeing those entrances in the near future, at least. Yeah, Zelda's got 2 dungeons to knock out, like, now. Now, Specs, missing, like, he has Meyer, he can finish, but he's missing Thief Town Big.
So the question is, first of all, what is our other pendant? Question number 2, if the last pendant is either Eastern or Pod, where's our bow?
That is a great question. I've been waiting for this bow for the last hour and 20 minutes.
So I'll go with a big piece of information here. As far as I am seeing, I'm trying to make sure that I haven't missed anything.
Yeah, which entrances do you think that Zelda hasn't done yet? Like, that are still open to us, pre-mits?
Well, these boot ones, I think, are the heavy ones.
Okay.
And maybe, I think, hasn't gotten back to the dark shopping mall to get to that lift rock. We still have that lift rock on DDM, by the way, that we haven't gotten back to.
Yeah, that's right. The Hookshot Cave entrance. Yeah.
Yep. So there's still that possibility as well. As far as item entrances are concerned that we have yet to see, I don't think we've seen the library. We definitely haven't seen Sick Kid. I don't think we've seen
he's been hiding.
The chicken coop, the brewery, or the ice rod cave, and Waterfall Ferry still out there. Our tracker, Rocky, saying that we have found Chicken Coop, which is good to know. All right, so we've got that one marked off. So there's only just a handful of item entrances still available to us. Specs about to find out that this is the glove. Now, honestly, I think knowing that there is a glove on the pedestal. This is where you really want to find out what is your pendant and what are your crystals. But, I mean, these runners don't want to spend a few extra seconds trying to figure that information out because time is money. And we have crystal dungeons to do, which is why Zelda's in Thieves Town.
That's right. That's right. The winner of this race gets to move on to the next round of brackets. And the best one of the easiest ways, right, is to just beat the dungeon to see if it's a crystal or pendant.
At some point in time, you do need to beat the dungeons. And by the way, we do know we need to find Ice Palace. That's guaranteed because that's one of our 5, 6 dungeons. Now, we know that leads to nothing, the 5, 6, so we already came out Paradox Upper there, but...
Oh, Specks is actually going to check out Magic Bat, and this has been available to us since Hammer. Or Mirror, I guess. Forgot what the powder was.
Is this the ice rod? Is this a bow? Is this something important to us all? No, it's not.
There's another heart refill. That will get completely nullified because Specks just save and quit. Alright, Specks got the fire rod out. Where are we going with this fire rod? Meyer, it looks like. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go beat Meyer. That is one of his clearable dungeons that he can go do now.
Yep, at the same time, Zelga's going to go finish off this Thieves Town. Which, remind me, where was this Thieves Big again? Oh, there's the other sword upgrade!
A very, very nice sword for Zelga. Doesn't have to go to Zora Ledge now. Where was that? Yeah, where was that Thieves Town Big?
And small key to TR. Ice Rod in the Meyer Big Chest. All right, Zelga up against Blind. Here we go.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking about that Ice Rod. Not enough to go beat Trinex right now, correct? We do not have the big key. The big one?
Nope.
Okay.
There is the finish
Zelda.
of the Blind fight. Blind will give us our big key. This one is to TR.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I spoke early. Zelda now has a even clearer path after Meyer. He will go beat Trinex. Now, okay, if you on the next dungeon that you beat, let's say it's a pendant, and not Meyer, right? But at some point when you find out you beat a pendant dungeon, are you just gonna go after those myths out of curiosity?
Yes.
Okay.
You're still missing 2 dungeons. We still got Swamp. We still got Ice Palace to be found, and you know you need to get Ice Palace. So I think those myths are calling your name.
You got some pretty good lungs if they're calling all the way from Lost Woods.
Answering Tom Tech, why didn't Specks beat Pod when he was there? We need a bow to get to Helmisar. All right, Vitreous is down. Vitreous drops 20 rupees.
Okay, I have scoured Zelga's VOD. Thieves Town Big is the big key on Bumper Cave. So
okay, right, yes, yeah. right, yep.
Yeah, and Zelga had explored the Village of Outcasts a little bit earlier, so he was able to get that key. I'm gonna imagine Specks is literally doing it right here, though, soon.
This is to... Well, we are going to go
Roller?
to Crystal Roller, yep.
We are on our way to Crystal Roller with a slight detour. You said earlier that the game wants you to fall. These guys are just obliging.
Nice spooky there for Zelga.
By the way, you know what would be really nice for this Vitreous fight? A bow.
Yeah, but we're not getting one.
We have to at some point, right? Just not here.
I mean, we do need to get a bow at some point in time because we know that one pendant remains and it can't be both Eastern and the Palace of Darkness. So we do need to find a bow somewhere. Zelga's starting to storm a little further ahead in this best of 3 here. Game number 3. Winner goes on. They face either Structural Mike or Telethar. That's going to be a heck of a heavyweight fight in the semifinals.
Yeah. I will say though, every single one of these matchups, even starting the brackets, have all been heavyweight matches.
Oh, I mean, yes.
I mean, everyone here.
You've got to be something special in order to make the field of 24.
Oh yeah, and let alone, of course, like the field of 16, the field of 8, field of whatever 4 or 5, you know, whatever single integer number you like to have. All right, Specks checked this entrance, right? With Desert Main.
Yes, it wasn't anything special. As Specks heads off to finish off the Tower of Hera.
Okay. All right, yeah.
So I think I do agree with Tracy M's assessment that TR probably is our final pendant. As Zelda goes in, and well, we don't know just yet, but we're gonna find out in about a minute and 10 seconds, maybe even sooner than that.
Yeah. Interesting. What are the checks that Zelda hasn't done? He didn't do Crystal Roller, right? I thought maybe he would have done that before beating Trinex. Not sure.
I think you know the myths are there, and you're missing 2 dungeons. One of them has 14 items, and the other one is Ice Palace. And again, you know you need to do Ice Palace. I think at this point in time, you do this, and if this is a pendant, then you go get those myths. If this isn't the pendant, then you go to Crystal Roller.
Yeah, very understandable. Because we can actually get back here pretty easily. All right, Crystal Catch for Specks, and that is his 3rd crystal? Is that correct? 2nd crystal?
That would be crystal number 2.
Yep. Okay.
All right, Zelda finished off with Trinex. What is Trinex going to provide for us for the goods? 20 rupees, and it's a crystal. It is not a pendant.
All right, our ped chances are dwindling tiny bit. I mean, as in
ever so slightly. Now, I almost want to say we still got a couple of entrances on the north side, but I don't know. I wasn't paying enough attention. But you also have to remember, we still got that lift rock outside DDM.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we got these entrances still, too. Yeah, this confirms it. There's the Quarreling Brothers, and Zelda, unfortunately, I don't know if he's kept enough. Oh, now he remembers.
Yeah.
He remembers. There's the about face.
Yeah.
Because we know that's going to put you at Laser Bridge. That's the reason why there's no reason for you to go through there.
Right.
So good movement there by Zelda, remembering. And here goes Specks to find Bumper Ledge here.
Yeah, so this will be his Thief's Town Big Key when he eventually comes back, kind of just like
there's
Zelda
ice.
did earlier.
There's ice.
All right, okay. All right, we'll see if this is our Crystal Dungeon. Oh, no, we know this is Crystal Dungeon?
6.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, we also even have the Big Key to ice as well, so this is a very, very great find for anyone who is looking to full clear a dungeon.
Here we go.
Pot Big is in the compass chest of the Palace of Darkness. This is a big key to this dungeon.
Yeah. Hilarity ensues. Again, my Shake and Bake has clumps. And as we have proceeded in the sea, the clumps have just gotten bigger.
And here goes Specks to find the TR front. As Zelda finds the bombs.
Listen, Zaf, I like my shake and bake. Smooth, evenly distributed.
I just smile and nod and not be mortified of what I'm about to find in 2 weeks. More bombs inside this pod. Everything we found so far is blue.
Are we looking for anything that's blue? Do you think a bow is blue?
If it's iced over enough, I mean, there are ice arrows in later games.
Interesting. Okay.
That, however, is not blue. Ice Palace Big Key leads us to a small key to Skullwoods. Yay.
Nice.
I mean, you and I have different definitions of the term nice in that regards. So, yeah, there is a possibility that we don't need the mitts, but there's still the possibility that we need those mitts.
Yeah, we're definitely kind of looking at it because the myths, as you said, they do open up more entrances for us as well.
Yep, we still got Swamp Palace outstanding. We also still need to find out where the bow is at some point in all of this.
Yeah, I was actually thinking we have 8 checks and ice. Maybe one of those bows will just kind of show up, right? For what it's worth, we do have the GT climb as well. That has been available to us since we got that really pesky GT big key.
You're not doing it without the bow. You are not doing it without the bow.
What do you think? Finding the second bow behind the first bow. It's a terrible idea, okay?
Yeah,
don't do this.
I don't think you're doing it without the bow.
Correct.
When you know that that's a major item that you know you're going to need.
Yeah. Are we just on bow go mode potentially?
Well, of course we've got to find what the answer is to our final pendant and also the bow.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So if Eastern is our okay, if we had to find Swamp potentially, maybe that Eastern big as well. Okay.
Ice Rod Cave has been located. You're at King's Tomb.
Oh,
no,
does Zelda,
it's there!
Whoa. Oh, Zelda's gonna do this right now. I was like, does Zelda not do this yet? I understand. Wow. Okay, Specks and Zelda just did things in a slightly different order because I'm like, I thought they were both in North Dark World. Surely Zelda did not just like leave after this, right?
Nope. So they did it in opposite orders here. And here goes Specks to do Ice Palace. All right, so...
Okay. Well, so the fact that Specks knows that the pod big key is
here's our map check. Oh, did we... That was a really fast check. That was too fast.
He needs to warn us, okay?
It is a crystal, so we do need to find Swamp.
Okay.
So either Pod or Eastern is the final pendant.
I was gonna say though, like, I think Specks might have a little bit of a leg up for Pod, because he knows about the Pod key in this dungeon. So, like, I mean, he is certainly more than happy to go back to Pod right now, maybe after Ice, and Zelda may not have that desire.
Yep. So, for those wondering, I only have one entrance that is available to us that hasn't been checked yet.
Which entrance is that?
The DDM Lift Rock.
Oh, right. The Hookshot Cave entrance. Yeah, we've just not been back. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up this connector. Right, Specks has already been over here.
Yep.
So I don't think it's gonna be any more useful to him.
Yeah, there's nothing new to find out over here for Zelda.
Yeah, Ice Palace, I think, was just a bust, right?
We're going Left Rock now. We're going to DDM Left Rock now.
Okay. All right, okay. Yeah, Zelda's gonna find out if this is, we're gonna need mitts.
Yep, here goes the check right now.
Okay, all right. Those of you who are rooting for a pet seed, hope that this is nothing.
Yep, you don't want to see this be swamp. Is it swamp? It is
It
not
is
swamp.
not
We
swamp.
do need mitts. We do need mitts. Unless I missed something here.
No, no, I think you're right.
Oh, that's right. We've had Agina, which we only found way before we got the moon pearl over here.
Yeah, we were here super early with a lot
Just
of bunny walking
about.
shenanigans.
TR Big
On blind?
was in Thieves Town. It was next to Blind's cell.
Okay, all right. One of those
So-
blind cell. Yeah, it was close.
So at some point in time, Specky will need to get over there to finish that part up, but
All right, this
that
all
is
just
not
doing this.
a hard flew. Oh, that's not a big distance away. You can just flew over to 6 and go in that direction, just outside of Desert. We have the other glove upgrade on the pedestal, so that is fun. Your definition of fun may differ from those of Mouse, myself, the two people in the tracking duty here, and the however many viewers we got here on Zelda
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, we're missing Swamp Palace as our Crystal Swamp Palace entrance dungeon. So yes, we're gonna have Daniel's Myths.
And here goes. Unfortunately, Spec's gonna find out that this is TR Laser Bridge.
Oh, we do have. I forgot about catfish. It is a check that many people either intentionally or unintentionally forget about. This could be something still important, like Eastern Big. That would certainly shuffle Zelda over to Eastern.
Yeah, Specs still has to go through Skull Woods if Specs is checking the things we got in our arsenal. The map to the Tower of Hera, which doesn't do a whole lot of good in this stage. And question, by the way, has anyone checked this entrance?
No.
I forgot
Why?
about this one.
Why did you ask?
It's nothing. All right, so now we guaranteed need the bits. We guaranteed need the mitts.
Oh, Specs did earlier.
Okay,
Thanks, Dane.
Specs did earlier. Okay, cool. All right, so let's head over to GT. So we need either the pendant to be pod, which Specs has the big key for because it was in the Palace of Darkness, or the answer is the Eastern Big is here on the climb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and keep in mind, Specs also hasn't done Thieves Town yet, or beat Trinex. I mean, so Zelda does have a bit of a dungeon buffer, but the fact that Specs knows the pod big is in pod, I think is still something in his favor.
Yeah, Useless Fairy is behind the climb. The main part of this is that I think this is where we are down to the most amount of items left, but the question mark is Zelda has put off Eastern Palace. There's the map check from Specs, who now finds out that Swamp is a crystal. And then we also have the Palace of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so get your votes in chat. What is our final pendant dungeon? Is it Eastern? Is it Palace of Darkness? We're going to find out the answer of this coming up here in about a couple of minutes.
Hey, look, it's the map of
And
this
it's
dungeon.
Eastern is the final pendant as we get the map
Okay.
to pod. So there is the answer. We have the ability to get this dungeon done, but we now know we need the Eastern Big in order to pull the pedestal.
Alright, Specs also has not done the Bullock side. I did forget that he did not potion camera unlock. He's doing things I mean, mostly in logic.
Yeah, and that was something we mentioned earlier, is how Specks likes to do things more staying in logic for the most part compared to what Zelda did. Because we saw that in GT when Zelda got the hammer, went left side, and Specks wound up doing left side once it pulled the hook shot off the Ice Armos. This is a fun race to call, Mouse.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of drama, ups and downs for sure that's happening. Okay, and of course, keep in mind there's also GT Big Chest. That is also something, but could be something.
Well, we get 100 rupees there, so not the answer we are looking for. And again, the useless fairy is behind the climb, so you're just doing up until there's the Eastern Big.
That is
there it is.
Required for this seed. All 4 GT small keys, highly suspicious. And that's not all 4 GT key locked, but
no, it's not.
Still suspicious.
I mean, it definitely was suspicious around here. There's your mirror.
We have one tricked.
So Zelda doesn't know it, but Zelda now has the tools in order to pull the pedestal. Or will have the tools to pull the pedestal.
Yeah, he does not know the Eastern or Pod is the pendant, but he will certainly find out the direct way when he catches the 3rd final pendant. I'm just wondering, like, and I haven't kept track of all the items, but maybe Zelda was a little bit more, I don't know, hesitant of going over to Pod without having, like, all logical keys to Pod, question mark?
It could be the case, and, I mean, putting off Pod is a choice, but maybe Zelda's hoping to find the Pod Big Key before stepping foot in Pod once again.
Yeah. I mean, and people are kind of bringing up the point here, right? Is that, again, like, if Zelda goes to Pod looking for the Pod Big Key, then I think this race is firmly in Zelda's camp. But if he doesn't, right, he's gonna give up a lot of go mode time to Specks potentially, chasing after Mitts.
Chasing after the Pod Big Key.
Yeah, right. In the missed locations, right? Like, Specks is gonna go mode Swamp, and Zelda might end up doing more things in Swamp, and we might end up doing Smith Chain as well if we don't find the Pod Big there. When we don't find the Pod Big in Swamp, right?
Yeah, we'll see how Zelda plays this out once he is able to pull the mitts. We know that the Swamp has to be mitt block at this point. The question is where?
What mislock locations do we have that we haven't seen yet? We haven't seen the Ice Palace entrance?
We've got all 4 in the Mire area, plus the mirror of the checkerboard cave. We've got the Ice Palace, and then we also have the Hammer House. Not the Hammer House, the Hammer Pegs.
Hammer
and
Pegs,
the Turtle Rock entrance. So the mitts open up 8 entrances. Plus, of course, it also opens up the whole game of, let me see, where is the Bread Smiths? Let's go grab them, bring them back to safety. Let's go do the purple chest and all that stuff as well. I definitely think Zelda is in a better position, but it's just, how long does it take Zelda before he goes back to the Palace of Darkness? Specks is about to get the Turtle Rock Big Key right here, which will give him another clearable dungeon. Now, on the flip side here, for Specks, how long do you hold out before you go back up and climb the tower? Because that's one thing in Crosskeys. A lot of runners are very wary about climbing the tower, especially when you are starting to close in the amount of items that you are from go mode. And there's the other bottle percent, and Zelda now knows that's a pendant.
Yeah. All right, so Zelda, he's gonna go pull pedestal right now.
As far as the remaining item caves are concerned, the ones I still have marked, we have yet to find the spiral top. We've yet to find Sick Kid, also the library, the brewery, and Waterfall Ferry. Those are the ones I've got marked down here still. There's the big key to Turtle Rock. It's not blind, never mind. All right.
It is blind, right? Yeah, that's blind, right? Unless it's another boss.
Yeah,
it's not blind cell, but it's blind.
All right. If you wanted a pedestal pull, here you go. 1 hour 47:28. The pendant's up in the air, and soon we will have the mitts in the air for Zelda.
These guys are just delaying my dinner time. It is acceptable as a delay.
And here goes Turtle Rock for Specky. Yep. All right, here we go into the Rule of Humbug is our first check. Is this location of Swamp Palace? It is.
Oh, it is. All right, Rule of Humbug, owner of the one trick. We'll see what Zelda ends up doing. Like, if he commits to left side swamp. And we'll see in this case if Specks decides to go over to the Mire area as well. That could be something.
This is a really uncomfortable fight for Specks. I mean, it's fine. It's just, when you are beating against the time clock here, to have a fight like this just makes you more unraveled.
The Triceratops of the Blue Ranger. Okay, I have faith. Okay. It is not the Zelda clip. It is a Specky clip. We will wait for that when Specks gets over there. Alright, Zelda goes straight to the back. Very understandable, again. He is one item from go mode. Left side swamp and Zelda have never been friends. It is understandable. But if he does decide to skip it, it is going to be a good decision.
Specks heading over. We'll check the left rock at DDM. We'll find out that that's not the answer.
Oh my gosh. Such a tease for Zelda.
Big Skull Woods. Do you want a fetch quest, Clear Mouse? Do you want a fetch quest? Because we just got ourselves one right over here for Zelda at the 1 hour 49-minute mark. By the way, speaking of fetch quests, Zelda with the mushroom, have we turned that in yet?
No, we literally just got it. We literally just got this in Swamp, cool. So we have no opportunity to go.
Wonderful, marvelous. That's what you always want. I mean, at least it's a mirror two flutes away, rather. So it's not like that's that big a deal. All right, can we go? Nope, we can't go Zero Cycle.
Maybe? Did he save it? Oh,
no. I think once he had that first misstep, he lost the timing for the Zero Cycle.
All right. All right, at least we got a nice phase 2.
Missing the pod, big key. Do we go back in? With all that we still have left remaining.
Yeah, and it's always a hard decision. I have heard... Okay, Zelda's going in.
And he is going back in. Specks going, and this is GT. All right, the clock is ticking for both of these runners.
Thing is that
how long does it take for Zelda to go into pod? Really matters here on this race.
Yeah, and it depends if Specks believes in the Rule of Humbug, which is checking Ice Palace entrance before the Mire area, because Specks can waste a lot of time there. But I mean, again, Zelda can waste that exact same amount of time. Oh, we didn't even do Compass Chest? Oh, okay. There's more reason for Zelda to come in. I didn't even realize to skip this chest.
Yeah, 3 items remaining as opposed to the 2.
Yeah, it's really, really questionable, like who is quote unquote in the lead or who has the advantage. It depends on what these guys do at the end.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of potential to save time, a lot of time potential to waste time.
Mm-hmm. And I think Specks, the one thing about Specks, gets that big key to Eastern, knows he's in item go mode.
Yeah, can he actually just leave after Eastern Big then? He doesn't have to go kill Mulligan too? Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing that will prevent Specky from being able to get into wherever Swamp turned out to be in his mind.
Alright, let's see in this case if Left Side Swamp at least gives you something good. Like, if this yields silvers, for example, that actually could be a little bit of time recouped for Zelda.
And the other thing here is, where do you think you are in this race?
Okay, that's useless.
Castle Tower key number 2, which won't do anything for Zelda here.
And a heart container, so won't do anything for him.
All right, so here's the important part. So I've been mentioning before, we have, in my eyes, 5 item entrances still remaining. So that's still a possibility, plus fetch questing. Here goes the mushroom turn in.
Yeah, any of these things that are inside Swamp or behind Swamp, I guess you're skull big at this point. But
and that's just a piece of heart. Yep, there we go. So Zelda fluting tells me we might be heading to 6. Yep, this is Meyer area.
Yeah.
5 entrances over here, and we still got 5 item caves remaining, including the great walk around of the Spiral Cave. Here goes the mirror for Specky with that big key in hand. There's the sick kid with a map. Thank you so much for your service. And here goes Specks into Eastern. Clock is ticking.
Clock is very, very much ticking for Zelda. Now, he is fast and he is efficient. So hopefully he'll... But again, as fast as Zelda is, he cannot beat some of the mirror warps, time, checking each entrances, entering out.
There's library. So we got a library
it's
down.
Hard. Yeah.
3 items remaining.
Yeah, so Spec's gonna finish up Eastern, which is probably like another minute-ish, maybe minute-ish to get to Pedestal Pull, and then we will see what Specs decides to do.
Yeah.
Like, if he goes to Ice Pal's entrance, it looks like it's gonna be Specs' race to win.
Here is a checkerboard. There's the silvers!
Alright, well, we will not be getting silvers, most likely, on Specs, unless he goes to the Maya area first, right? So.
Yeah, right. Alright, this is flute to 3. Alright, so we're gonna do, is this going to pod, or are we doing hammer pegs, breadsmith chain? Here, this really is part of the question that we have to ask. And again, clock is ticking for Zelda, clock is ticking for Specks. We are gonna grab the breadsmith first, are we? Mirror is out. All right, so we're grabbing the breadsmith.
Okay, but it looks like the smith is gonna come with us to beat Pod. This
okay,
is,
we are grabbing this to do Pod. There we go. So
this
Zelda
does look like
into the Palace of Darkness. Specks has to pull the pedestal, and where Specks goes determines how close things are. But you also have to remember, Zelda now has silvers.
Yeah, so
it's not a
silvers are a big
deal.
one.
It's not a huge deal in the Ganon fight, but it is a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Specks is out of time. Because Zelda's about to get this big key coming up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1-0.
Zelda is in go mode.
Yeah, just try not to think too much of the Smith fate, okay? He will be magically warped back to his original location after this dungeon.
All right, and here goes Specks. And we are doing Rule of Humbug, so this is going to be a close, but Zelga's got the advantage.
Yeah, Zelda is very, very close. Because Go Mode Swamp does not take that long, but Zelda is closer to the boss than Specks is. What
And
a
with
race,
this being,
right?
and by the way, this because this is in the light world for Zelda, just beat the boss, flute to 2, go into Ganon. Specks is going to have to mirror after this, so that's time that also adds up. So, what a great race this is coming down to the wire, but it looks like this will be Zelda in a very close game 3 to clinch this to move on to the semifinals to face off against either Structural Mike or Telethar, which that series begins tomorrow. I think they're looking at getting game number 1 over here on ZeldaSpeedRuns, or one of the side channels for this. Game 2 will be over on Gilgamesh's channel, so be sure to give Gilgamesh some love and a follow.
All right, Specks, checking for some silvers. Maybe they'll kind of pop up. We don't have very many things left.
And we, of course, know that that's not going to be the case. And everyone say goodbye to the breadsmith. We knew you well.
He's still on the screen. It's okay, it's okay. He just wanted to see what the rest of the pod has, so we're gonna pick him up later, right? In a farm up state?
Yes, after we are done with this game.
Yes, okay.
All right, there we are. We flute to 2. Zelda dropping into the Ganon fight first as Becky gets ready to face off against Argus. Zero cycle for Specky.
Very nice. Yeah, very clean Argus fight. Alright. Zelda into the Ganon fight. Keeping the race nerves together.
And that is something that these runners are wonderful at, as we remind you to give these both a follow. Great people in the community. Alright, off to the upper left corner for Zelda. Down to the bottom right. Final Fantasy VIII music, I believe this was, for Zelda.
Alright, Specks, again, going also towards the Ganon fight. That's probably going to be like a minute difference between these guys.
Yep. Of course, the silvers being the differential here for Zelda, as long as Zelda remains on this platform. There we go, that's 1. That will be 2 here. Actually, no, we're going to go for the triple right now. No, we don't get it, but we do get the final hit. That's it! Zelda's moving on to the semifinals! Get your GGs in
Huge
chat.
congratulations, yeah. Well fought. I'm sure Zelda was, his heart was pumping.
Yeah, I mean, you're 2 hours in, you're up against a great opponent. May have thought you were late to that chain getting you the pod big key, but in this case, Zelda was just a little faster to the goal, as Becky is going to just finish this off with a DNF. Get your GGs in chat for both of these runners. We'll have a conversation with both of these two. What a race, Mouse.
Oh yeah, what a race. I am so glad we were here for this. Very much worth delaying dinner for. Hello, Zelda. Huge congratulations.
Yo, GG's, thank you.
So, I guess my big question to you is, how much did your heart sink when you found that the Palace of Darkness had the big key right in the dungeon?
I definitely knew it was very likely by the time I went there, and when I saw it, I figured I was done because like I'd already full cleared swamp and everything. So
Little did you know, it was a very tight match. You dropped into Ganon about a minute apart. You had silver. Specky did not. We welcome in Specky into the conversation as well. GG's. What
Yo,
a
Specks,
race.
GG's.
Thank you.
Huge.
GG Zelda.
Yeah.
yo,
This was a
GG.
great race, by the way. This was very back and forth. I mean, obviously, you guys didn't know where the other person was, but like from our vantage point, it was very, very close all throughout. So
So it sounds like Zelda did GT climb a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah, slightly faster, but I think Zelda was also a little faster to some of the pieces. Zelda was first to getting to that really wonderful path to the Moon Pearl there in Hype Cave.
Okay, that's
so-
interesting because I felt really bad once I found out that you could bomb jump Spec Rock, save the old man, and then you're right next to the flippers when you start out the old man back. Once I found that out, I was like, okay, now I'm feeling I'm a lot worse about that Moon Pearl.
it did look a little difficult because I think I think it's Brett who mentioned this earlier. Like, so for Specs, you were first at the mirror. Zelda very closely behind, but like at that point, because the mirror was so late, it's just a lot of questions as to like where you're supposed to go first with that mirror.
Yeah, there's so many options to go with that mirror, and but obviously making that right call to go up to Hype Cave again. Specky was a little bit later to that, but it went back and forth. But I think when we got to the start of the final quarter of this race, Zelda did have a little bit of a step advantage, having taken Bumper Cave to get to the Thieves Big, which led to the TR Big, which kind of put the motions in. Also, Zelda and Eastern Palace. How good did it feel not to have to dive through Eastern Palace?
As soon as I found it, like my options were kind of low. I was like, this really feels like a required Eastern. So once all the little pieces started to come together, it's like, okay, well, at least I didn't miss the mirror. Okay, at least I didn't miss the pearl. Okay, at least I didn't miss the boots. Okay, I didn't miss the pearl.
And
the
that
hammer.
was something that Specs did earlier.
Yep, I did it
Sorry
really
about
early. Yeah.
And really, if
Yeah.
you take a look at something like that, that right there was enough of a difference where if Specs didn't go into Eastern, that was the difference right there.
Yeah, we each kind of have our own thing. Like, I knew whenever I did Hyrule Castle and only got the Harris Small, which led to a CT key, which led to absolutely nothing. That's when I was like, well, okay, well, that's my potential advantage against Specs gone. And then when there was nothing in Eastern, it's like, okay, well, that's his potential advantage against me gone. So it kind of worked out, I guess.
And what I noticed about you, Specs, is you like to try to keep more towards the logic, like where Zelda getting that hammer out of the GT tile room wound up going, after doing compass chests, going to the left side, whereas you went right straight to the ice armos.
Yeah, I did. Hindsight, I actually could have spent full left. That could have. Yeah,
And then, of course,
finding the GT big, that actually makes more sense. Actually, that's the right way to do it. I should have done it that way.
and then of course the hookshot being behind the ice armos.
Yeah, funny enough, that was just me not thinking about it. No, Zelda did it the correct way. That way is just objectively faster, and then if you find the GT big on the way, you don't isolate GT big chest. So that's just, and if you get a bow, ice armos is faster. So that's the better way to do it.
Yeah, but of course the GT big was somewhere else in this seed.
Nice bump.
The Hera big was in the left side.
Yeah, it was kind of funny when I got that. I was like, okay, the Hera Big's hookshot locked. So whenever I find the hookshot, there's no way I'm going to the top of GT until I get the hookshot. And then just keep going and I get the hookshot. So, well, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's my next place.
How about
Oh,
that
when did
bow
you-
placement? I'm sorry, go ahead, Specs.
So yeah, when did you get the bow then?
Well, funny thing
really
about
late.
the bow. Funny thing about the bow, you both got it in the opposite order. Zelda had done Ice Palace first, and you got the bow before you went to Ice. Right around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of orphaned those top Dark World entrances like Dark Sank, not Lumberjack,
Dark Sank,
Graveyard Ledge, that's
Ledge,
the word.
and the King's Tomb.
Yeah. So like I'd kind of orphaned those, so I eventually got back to those, but it was pretty late, probably like at least 1:30 before I got there.
Yeah, I was pretty late too. It just the way the seed route. I did Skull Woods my first time in like West Dark World, and then Vu up to North Dark World, and then ended up with those Dark World checks. So yeah, it sounds like that, and that note was probably similar, which makes sense.
I will give you both credit for following the rule of humbug right after you got the mids off the pedestal.
Yeah, it just felt natural. Just go to the one entrance before you go to all of the billion over in the Mire area. And that's where the silvers was in the Mire area.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah, Checkerboard, which was home to the brewery, which had the other bow.
What were you looking for post mids?
At that point, I was really banking on the fact that I climbed GT without touching the back of pod. I found it on one key and didn't go in. So I decided I wanted to look for... I had like 3 or 4 item caves, and they were all there except Spiral was the only thing I was still missing in terms of item caves once I left the Mire area. But like the library was there, Sick Kid was there, brewery was there. So I felt like I needed something not in pod to be the pod big. So that's why when I did go to pod and get the pod big, I felt kind of a little sank.
Okay, yeah, I got that a lot earlier because I did pod 3 times. I went once with one small key, then I went with 4 keys, and then I went with the actually full clearance. Yeah, for me when I made the GT climb choice, all I had left was Catfish, Hera Basement, GT Big Chest, and the climb. And I knew I was Eastern Big Go mode at that point, so I could get the if I could get the mids off head. So I'm like, well, I'm doing the climb. So
Yeah. At that point in time, the question was, how long was it going to take for you to get to Swamp Palace, and how long was it going to take for Zelda to get into pod? And just turned out to be that Zelda got to pod a little bit faster than it took for you to get to Swamp Palace. But, I mean, it was a really exciting finish of the race. You both should watch this one back. It was great. It was wonderful. Right, Mouse?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was very, very thrilled actually to be here in the front seat. Very, very great performance from both of you.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a really interesting race going different ways too. So I'm glad to hear it was a good race, very close in the end. I think when I climbed GT, all I had left was Pod, Eastern, and Magic Bat, I think.
Yep.
Oh, and the GT Big Chest. That was also orphaned.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Zelda, you now move on. You have to wait a little bit to find out who you face, but you get to scout your opponents now. You either get Structural Mike or Telethar, which begin their series tomorrow. Any thoughts as you make your way to the semifinals?
That sounds like it's going to be a really rough race, no matter who advances from that. I've definitely played Telethar more. But, I mean, I'm also very familiar with Mike, and I know that it's going to be a tough match regardless. I have a lot of respect for both of them, so I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
And Specks, I mean, I mentioned this back during the post-race interview for game number 2. I respect both of you as great people of the community, and any thoughts as you make your exit out of the tournament?
Nah, I mean, I did worse this year than last year in the tournament, but still had some good matches. Glad I went to game 3 against Zelda. Yeah, can't be too upset about it. So yeah, Zelda, I'm looking forward to watching your races going forward and the rest of the tournament. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And like I was kind of saying, I have a lot of respect for Telethar, Mike. I have a lot of respect for Specks as well. I want to make sure that gets out there too. So I'm really glad we got the chance to play. I'm really glad we got a chance to play a 3-game series. Just gets more rando in. And I'll be looking forward to the next one. It's a lot of fun playing you, and I can't wait.
Thanks. Same to you, Zelda.
And Mouse, all this respect amongst these 2 competitors, great reasons why people should follow both of these runners, right?
Oh yeah. If you haven't already, of course.
All right, any closing thoughts from you, Mouse?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much for being available and doing commentary. It's always a pleasure. So I'll see you in a few weeks, along with you, Specs. Should be a lot of fun. Zelga, I really hope to meet you one day. Maybe soon, sometime.
We're just gonna
but
go
until then-
to. We're just gonna go to Zelga's part of the country, kidnap him, and take him over to Northern
I'm game.
Virginia
I'm
one of these
game.
times.
100%.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been
CSR,
over
do
to
you like
that area.
condone kidnapping? But we do find it hilarious.
I'm sorry. Did we say kidnapping? I mean, graciously invite Zelga. Don't definitely, with his consent, to wherever we're going.
On that note, let's head it over to Talmo Tech for the wrap up of this broadcast.
We'll make it short and simple here. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Everyone have a good rest of your day, and we're off to the others. Have a good day, everyone.